Good morning, everybody. This is Kim at Uncensored Food, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, Roxy and I decided that we wanted some hot buns. Well, fuck, who doesn't? So I'm going to show you how to make a real easy bun. You can make it for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It takes about an hour. It really is nothing to make. And I've turned it to quite the little bread maker. I don't know how this happened, but my ass is happy it did. Here's what you do. You start out with one heaping cup of water and one heaping cup of milk. You can use whole milk, half fat, oat milk, whatever kind of milk you want. And I heat that, put that together and heat it for a minute in the microwave. That makes it warm enough. Don't want it hot. If you make this like at night and you're gonna rise it overnight, you don't need hot water, but I want it now, so hot water, warm water. To that we add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 packet of active dry yeast. Get that in there. Mix this all together, let it bloom for just a minute or so before we add the flour. This is it with the ingredients. That's all there is to it. Okay, let me show you where we go from here. To this, we're going to add 5 cups of flour. Don't use self-rising for some reason. So start with that, mix it around, and we're gonna form a soft dough. Hey, what are you gonna do for somebody else today? I'm gonna make buns, and I got some really cool neighbors right down the street. They're gonna get them. Minus the few I'm gonna shove down my throat. It has to happen. All right, once you get that kind of mixed together, remove the paddle and start blending and kneading with your fingers. Notice how advanced in my skills I am. Finally, I put a glove on. God damn it. I do it wrong so many times. I ultimately just gotta do it right. Okay. Like all bread dough, you don't want to overdo it. So just get it mixed together. And now form a nice ball. Try to get it as smooth as possible and round as possible. Using the same bowl, put in a little olive oil. You don't need a lot. Spread that around. Return this to the bowl. There you go, baby. This gets covered with one of my favorite items, which is Press and Seal by Glad. No, I don't work well. Because you want to form a tight seal. This will let the moisture help in the rising of the dough. And this beautiful little thing. Alexa, stop the timer. That's for something else. This will rise on your countertop for an hour, maybe 2, maybe less, whatever. If you get busy, don't sweat the small stuff. But set it up, set it there, and walk away. The next step in this very easy to make bread is to take the dough that has been rising on my countertop. Actually, I got busy, so it's been sitting there for about 2 hours. So look at that, baby. It more than doubled in size. And we work it very slowly. Just a few little turns like this. Can you see this? Don't get crazy with this. Just poke it down a little bit. Having done that, remove it from the bowl. And now we're going to start dividing it. Oof. What is it about yeast and water and butter that just smells so numbers? Okay, I'm going to make 2 little lines of dough and then cut them into even pieces, 8 or 9. If you do this incorrectly, you can fix it by putting 2 pieces together. And roll. Make them as perfect as you can and place them on a cookie sheet lined in parchment paper. Fuck, now my hands are fucked up and my thing is in my pocket. Here's a little pro tip for you. When you're making these buns, you want a nice round surface on top. This one's too small. So the best way that I found to do that is to pull like this. If it's fucked up and not pretty on the bottom, who cares? It'll straighten itself out. But you need a nice top, like that. So do that for all your pieces. So my 5 cups of flour made 9 buns. I'm gonna put a towel on top of it and let it rest for about 15 or 20 minutes. While it's resting, I'm gonna preheat the oven to 400 degrees and cut up some butter. This next step is key to this. So good. Here comes the fun part. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes. These rose up a little bit, not much. Take a knife or a razor. I'm using a serrated, sharp tomato knife. Put a slice in every one of these buns. Bada boom, you watching? First, sprinkle on a little flour. Okay. Now into that crevice you just made, take a piece of butter, cold from the fridge, shove it in the center. Are you dying? Well, there you go. This is it. Into a nice preheated 400 degree oven. Hey, no fuck. Okay, trust me, it's going in. For about 25 minutes. That's long enough for me to fix the camera. Well, there you have it. Look at these magnificent buns. Perfect on the bottom, perfect on the top. If I were you, I would eat these with more butter. And I'm using a little Mike's Hot Honey, because I love it. Oh my goodness. You know what? They're perfect just the way they are. Hot buns, my friend. You can make these every day. And if I were you, I would. This is Kim at Uncensored Food. I'm so glad you came by today. Now, while these are still piping hot, I'm gonna walk them down to my neighbor's house. Gotta walk Miss Roxy anyway. See you later. Bye-bye.